Welcome back to another video in our series explaining everything you need to know about Consolitude. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the challenges we give out to our contestants on the show and how you can help to become a part of the process in creating and designing some of these challenges yourself. Challenges on Consolitude are the tasks we give the contestant on a day-to-day basis that they must defeat in order to unlock prizes for both themselves and the audience. They are the framework by which the entire show is built on, and they vary wildly depending on the type of game or console they're being designed for. They can range anywhere from easy challenges that are pretty much beatable by anyone to impossible mode challenges that demand the utmost perfection and execution to even come close to completing. Our design factory is hard at work each and every day cooking up new ideas and concepts to incorporate into our challenge system. And we'd like to extend you the opportunity to become a part of that process. You see, we're avid gamers ourselves, and while we dabble in games across all genres and systems, we're still subject to the same bias of likes and dislikes as anyone else. Some of us prefer the RPG and turn-based strategy games, such as the Final Fantasy series, while others, like myself, enjoy the hack-and-slash action games, such as Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Kingdom Hearts. We all have our different tastes and preferences, and as a result, we admit that a lot of great games with tons of potential are probably not given the proper amount of respect and attention that they deserve from us. This is why we're calling on all of you to aid us in designing fun and engaging challenges for Consolitude. We want your ideas pertaining to all of your favorite games, and we're open to anything. There is no boss too difficult, no level or secret dungeon too abstract or weird, no game too punishingly brutal in difficulty, and also no game too simple. Easy games are actually totally fine. That's because we design challenges around all concepts, and these concepts can include time as much as any other factor. Even if a game is dead simple to beat and requires very little mastery to finish, it still takes time to go through the motions. And in this, skill can become a very real factor. Keep in mind that each day, the contestant is given a multitude of challenges to complete. And in an ideal scenario, they're going to want to finish all of them. This means that in order to do so, they're going to have to plow through the time-consuming challenges with as much sincerity as they will any other, to make sure they're leaving room to tackle the difficult stuff. The main reason we incorporate easy games into our show, though, is because we want to include every game possible. There are a lot of fan favorites out there that are essentially pretty simple. And while Consolitude is meant to represent a challenge, we don't feel that this should exclude amazing games we still grew up with and love just because they're not that hard to beat. It just means that we have to tactfully position their completions within the big picture to account for the total time it's going to take to do so. In this, we create a challenge where challenge might not otherwise be found. Of course, we also create very difficult challenges. Sometimes it's a particular level, or sometimes it's a specific boss. Sometimes it's just beating the entire game altogether. The mark for completion can be set wherever we want, and it gives us the freedom to pick and choose elements from games however we see fit. So how exactly do you come in? To put it bluntly, we need more challenges across more games on more systems. We can never have enough. We want our challenge library to be as deep as it possibly can, and the only way we can accomplish this is with your help. On our website, in the section marked Ideas, you'll find a web form that we've created that allows you to submit ideas directly to us for new game challenges. This web form includes a drop-down list of every possible system that you can choose from, and you're welcome to select any game in known existence to design a challenge for. Our game library can handle most requests, and if it can't, we will find the game in the wild and make real effort to add it to our shelves. Simply type in the name of the game where appropriate when designing your challenge, and we'll make it happen. Even if it's a game you think we've played a million times before, or even a game that we've highlighted on the show once already in the past, we're more than willing to revisit titles and create new challenges for games wherever it seems appropriate. While designing your challenge, you have the option to choose many variables we've pre-selected for you. The first is difficulty. You can set the challenge to easy, medium, hard, or epic, or choose from two of our specialty groups, which are progressive and impossible. Easy, medium, and hard are the normal selections you probably want to choose from, and these will likely see your challenge have a much better chance of actually making it onto the show. Epic, while available as an option, is a very rare selection that will only pop up if we think the game in question is a specialty for the contestant, and if we want to really test their worth against a game they're exceptionally good at. Impossible is, Well, let's just say, you can submit these, but they have a very short window of opportunity for use. Our impossible list is rock solid. And while we don't expect anyone to be completing that tier anytime soon, because it's impossible, but we won't rule anything out, and you're still welcome to submit them. Just know that these are meant for the absolutely absurd difficulty challenges. Stuff like completing Battletoads or the original Ninja Turtles on Nintendo, or even beating Rico's best score on Wipeout. This stuff is meant to be bananas hard. Progressive is exactly what it sounds like, a challenge with scaling tiers of difficulty and completion. Take one of my favorite games, for example, Enter the Gungeon. Every playthrough consists of 5 randomly generated levels. So an example of a progressive challenge for Gungeon would be to reward the points to the contestant based on how many levels he completed out of the 5. If it's 1 or 2, he'd be rewarded with an easy completion, 3 or 4 levels, a medium completion, and if he managed to beat the whole thing, he'd get a full hard tier prize for doing so, as would the audience. Progressive is allowed for cool design space, in that they allow someone to play a game with a bit more freedom and less pressure to meet certain milestones. We plan on incorporating them a lot, as we think they enable us to take full advantage of games we want to see played a lot, and we also encourage you to use this option if you think it's appropriate for the game you're designing a challenge for. The next area for design is the overall challenge type. We've included some simple options for quick classification, but you're always welcome to choose other and fill in whatever it is you want. Some of the options we've included are boss kills, level clears, trophy completions, game completions, or even mini games. These are all pretty self-explanatory, so there's no need to delve too deeply into any of them, but if none of these apply to your challenge, feel free to be creative with it. I won't lie, the more creative your challenge, the more likely we are to pick up on its scent and consider it for our show. There's plenty to think about when it comes to designing challenges as well. Some of the roadblocks we've encountered circle the genres of games specifically, such as role-playing games. RPGs are tough, as they're meant to be very long playthrough experiences, and trying to pinpoint an exact moment in a game like that can be very difficult. It's not easy to expect someone to just sit down and begin playing in the middle of an RPG and have any clue as to what they're doing. So our best advice with RPGs is to try to start at the beginning and find a good checkpoint hours in that marks a solid advance in the story. These can count as easy tiered time crunch challenges and can still make use of the game. This is just one of the examples of the kinds of factors you should be considering when designing your challenges. Another box we leave open on the web form pertains to the length of the challenge. We need you to be as approximate as possible with how long you think your challenge would take to complete, and you can leave an approximation window if necessary. If you think it might take an average player 6 hours to beat your challenge, but an exceptional player maybe only like 3 or 4, then simply mark it as a 4 to 6 hour window and we'll plan around it in our own simulations. All of the challenges will be hand tested by our team before being used on the show, so we'll narrow it down and ensure you're right in your guess beforehand. Once all of this information is filled in, fire it off and we'll check it out. You won't be immediately contacted or anything for sending it in, so don't expect any emails or Twitch messages regarding it or anything else. Just know that we have it, and we're looking it over, and if you want, design more challenges. We're always open to checking out whatever it is you can cook up, as long as you take the time to really think it over and make it quality work. Now here is where the perks come in, because anytime we end up using one of your challenges on the show, you'll be put into a special drawing that will be held at the end of the season. We'll pull multiple winners from this pool of names to take home all kinds of neat prizes as our way of saying thank you for helping us with your ideas. All winners will be pulled live on stream at the end of the season, and if you're a winner, we'll contact you directly via email shortly after with further instructions. So that about does it. Are your gamer juices flowing yet? Are you thinking back to all of your favorite games as a kid for ancient systems like the Nintendo? Or maybe you want to design challenges around the current generation of consoles, incorporating stuff like the trophy systems and other in-game features? Whatever you enjoy, whatever you think suits you best is A-OK by us. We want to hear all of it, so try anything. If you'd like to find out more about the show, check out some of the videos on our website or simply browse around on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to all of our various forms of social media for updates on all of the ongoings of the show, including the ever so important posts about prize drops well before they happen. I hope we see you soon in our live Consolitude channel. And in the meantime, we'll be checking out our inbox for all of those challenges ideas, and we can't wait to see what you cook up. Thanks for watching.